until now. I knew you would try something. Hello everybody. Yeah. That's gonna be like our credits sound is just you reciting the fitness gram pacer test. We'll do that as a bit later. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome back. We're here again. Sorry for our little break. But we are here to continue the story of the City of Glass with our intrepid vampires back again. So our team here of Kindred, would you like to reintroduce yourselves at the beginning of the new episode? Starting with John.
Hi.
Or
I'm John.
the actor who plays them.
I'm the kind of guy that will have a drink with you and have a very casual and friendly conversation. And when you turn around to go to the bathroom, I'll stab you 7 times. Sorry, it's nothing personal, it's just my job.
Pagan.
Yeah, hi.
Hi.
That's it.
Okay. Pagan.
I'm still pagan. Interestingly.
The goblin.
Am I a goblin? Yeah, I guess I am.
Oh, absolutely. Kira.
Kirill Notskov, Ghost of Prague. Similar to John. I'll buy you a couple drinks, and the moment you turn around, I won't stab you. I'll shoot you.
I like the change. You know, break things up. Ellis.
Yeah, Ellis. You don't need to much about right now.
And Shaky Tim.
Hi, I'm Tim. I go to school. And I have a part-time job. Yeah, I mean, there's not much else going on, really.
Where we last left off, our crew of Kindred here were in pursuit of a thief, someone who had robbed the employers of Kira. And where we last left off, through Tim's incredible talent with technology, they were able to find their first clue towards who might have taken what they're after. And we're going to come back into Pagan's apartment at, I believe it was about 11:30 at night, with the revelation of finding the first image of the person you're looking for.
Well, it seems that we've got a little bit of a clue here. Does anybody know what this could be? Pagan's gonna go over the visual that Tim had found again. I think it was like a person holding the purple leathered book.
Yes.
Briefly appearing and then disappearing.
Let me reiterate. You saw a, from your best guess, a young woman, long brown hair, dark clothes, hard to make out any specific detail on their outfits, holding the large tome. And you saw them almost look like they materialized.
Either or.
Definitely seems like they were trying to hide there. They messed up in the middle? Does that make sense?
Might be
even if they are experienced, I doubt they really want a bunch of vampires on their trail.
Don't you ever use that word in any of our presence again.
Oh, sorry. I talk with too many normal people. Humans.
You and me both.
You see, you don't know who this is, do you, Kira?
No, actually.
You and you.
Will they recognize what they're doing?
Kira, could you actually roll me a... Let's go... Intelligence... What would be the right check for this? Intelligence insight, maybe? Yeah, we'll go intelligence streetwise, actually.
Those would be levels.
That's 5 successes.
Okay. You thinking back on it, this person seems odd. Not in the fact that, like, not for any other reason than you feel like you've seen them. Recently, too. You feel like you've seen them at least a couple of times at your quote-unquote day job.
And more importantly, I'm also assuming that I pick out that they can do the same thing I can do.
Yes, but when
Not as
you
well,
saw them,
but
they didn't... You never registered them as a kindred when you saw them in the club.
these are either very good at hiding it, or they're new. I will convey this information to the rest of the group as it comes to me.
Maybe it's best we wait for you to see them on their day job again.
We only have the nights. You really think the big king of Vancouver is gonna let us go with something so valuable having been stolen?
Alright. Still, it's not like we have any leads besides that he knows him at his work, or her at his work.
Well, maybe we can start with a clan. Does anyone know what they just did?
Yes.
That question was meant. Exactly. Some follow-up would be great.
Assuming you know the Nosferatu are capable of obfuscating their presence in the minds of people. An incredibly valuable trait that has one critical weakness in the past century or so, and that is that it isn't transferable through technology. An obfuscated kindred is still perfectly and plainly visible to a camera and audible to a microphone. However, an exceedingly rare minority of obfuscate users are capable of transmitting those effects through a microphone and through a camera.
Interesting. So this person
And
is.
I cannot stress enough how exceedingly rare this trait is.
Well, exceedingly
You're looking
rare.
at dozens per continent, optimistically.
And is it not exceedingly rare that something is stolen from the library?
There's a slight difference between exceedingly rare and hitherto unheard of.
So then it is plausible.
If I had a nickel, but yes.
All we have right now are the information of a brief appearance, maybe a Nosferatu. Thinking back on the image, old dungeon master of mine, did that person seem to have Nosferatu traits? I remember you
The the only notable thing was long, like brunette hair that kind of went either mid back or like lower. Other than that, the camera isn't exactly close, and it's kind of more of a street security camera. So it's not exactly super clear either.
And they appeared and then disappeared, right? Like we saw them
They-
for 3 seconds.
They went from not existing on the camera to existing out of nowhere, and then ran out of the perspective of the camera, and you weren't able to find them again on other tapes.
I suppose the first step is to go over to the location and see if anyone else has spotted them. Tim maybe can identify other cameras. Maybe we can find a paper trail. What do you say, Tim Paper Boy?
Like,
Oh, Tim's up for everything.
I
John goes
yeah,
over a little
sure.
demurringly like an asshole.
like I mean, but to be perfectly clear, we're talking about cameras like in the library itself.
No. This is after they left the library. We need a general direction. Like, does anyone know
Oh.
the street they ran down?
Oh, so cameras in the area of. Oh, I mean, there's probably a few in front of shops and maybe even a few like dash cams on some cars.
Yeah. Pagan hands over the controls to Pagan's surveillance system.
You would have, you would know what street it is. It is a little further down on a street called Homer Street, which, Mika, I will denote, you would know is very close to where your day job is. Like a couple of blocks, maybe.
In which case, perhaps we keep Tim with the iPad thing, and then we go investigate the area. Tim sees if they can find that character reappearing on any of the cameras, or if there were maybe other details that we missed. Well, Timothy, my boy.
I mean, if that's what you guys want to do, then I mean, like, I will do it.
John looks over to Ellis. Well,
What?
do you want to ditch the kid or do you want to take him?
Oh, we keep the
You want
kids.
me to take him?
No, I don't mean like that. I mean,
It's an iPad. You can use it
Oh.
anywhere.
I honestly
You want
haven't
me to-
really needed to use a computer yet.
It's not a computer. It's an iPad. It's different.
What's the difference?
Technology things,
I-
all the same.
Just
I mean, as long as there's stable enough Wi-Fi or data, then
It's
I
not-
mean, I can follow behind you guys, and if that's what you guys want me to
just
do.
be in the same group. It's okay, Tim. Just take the. This is silly. We're wasting time. I'm not usually the one who's cohesive in the mind, but I'm fairly certain that standing and sitting here is not going to do anything. So how about we just go to that street? Maybe investigate Kira's workplace.
Okay, we'll split up so he can go somewhere else. I'll take the street.
You want me to babysit the kid?
Alright. Who's taking the office?
Once again, old people, wait, I'm not as old as you are. The iPads can come with us, i.e.,
No one is denying that.
can come with us.
Figure out who's on babysitting duty here.
I'll stay with Tim. It is, after all, my iPads, and also I don't much like confrontation. So
And if we're heading to my place of work, I get the feeling we shouldn't have someone as
Alright, well then it's 7. Let's get going.
Right. So, if you guys wouldn't mind telling me, where are you going? And who's going where?
I think John is going to his place of work, or Mika's place of work.
Okay.
I will also go to my place of work.
Okay, John and Kira
I'm
are
sticking
going.
with John.
Okay, so Ella's
Unless
John.
John says otherwise.
Well, unless you're needed elsewhere, we should probably stick together. Last thing we need is to report, I don't know where the other person is.
And
Pagan and Tim should stick together. Staying alone is a bad idea.
Yeah. Sounds right.
Pagan and Tim,
Sure,
are
you
going
can
to
handle
investigate?
communications, Pagan.
Actually, I'm gonna go with Pagan and Tim. I don't think it's a good idea to leave the kid alone with Pagan.
I'm harmless. Trust
They're
me.
gonna have. I don't know about that. They're going to have to get used to freaks and weirdos with this job.
Exactly.
I'm going with them. I'm going with them. That's, yeah.
Would you rather have them stuck with Pagan, or would you rather have them stuck in a place where, a lot of us do the things we need to survive? I'm the entertainment.
Oh, what?
All right.
That's the hope.
To start us off, we are actually going to go and follow John and Kira here as they go to the Red Room, a nightclub in the heart of Vancouver. This, to normal mortals, is a loud, bustling nightclub that is favored by a lot of people who love to party all times of the week. It is constantly packed every night, from everything from painting and dancing and lights, and as you walk in, you see it is filled once again. But to the kindred of the city, this is the place where you go when you need to feed and make deals. The entertainment, the staff, the security, everyone here is in some extent in the knowledge of what needs to be done here. Whether through thralls or servitude. As you enter in, you hear the DJ up on stage playing dance music, and the crowd and lights are moving all around. It is roughly just past midnight.
Oh god, they have him playing again. Why is he here?
You see the most like fedora wearing DJ who is a thrall but is just like playing the most like extra level EDM dance music. Yeah.
No sense of subtlety, no sense of pacing. What a fucking amateur, and not a gifted one either.
It's all 135 BPM. Like it's an off BPM.
Hold on through it.
This isn't a hit, this is a fucking pavement.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I don't like any of this music either. I come
Oh.
from a more rock and roll.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
lucky for you, I know an act that's something between the two. That is not for tonight. That's a little bit of a external business for now. I'll talk to the boss.
All right,
Would
Kira.
you like me to stay out here?
No,
Alrighty.
Where are you going? Are you going straight to the back?
I'm probably gonna peruse a little bit just to be a bit more coffee though, because I feel like I'm reasonably confident
Oh,
hiding
yeah.
around. But if someone who's been like a bad actor, or really just anything other than a good actor, is watching, they're probably going to immediately like alert to me walking in behind the back. So I'm gonna schmooze around, cruise around a bit.
Okay.
You
I
want
don't
to order
really
a
need
drink?
to feed, so I'm not gonna worry too much about that.
Okay, John, you are over at the bar as Kira, you do sort of your rounds in the area. What are do you guys want to make any particular checks while you're in here?
Yeah, I would like to try and listen in to other conversations.
All right, do you want to give me a I'm gonna call this a streetwise. You're not really lying. This is more people in the street. We'll call this streetwise intelligent or wit, depending on how you want to
Okay.
play it.
Definitely going with intelligence.
Second.
2 passes, 1 for
All right. You start listening in and talking to people, and you're not really gathering much. You know, you hear the general chatter of that you do occasionally hear of some kindred passing through. You hear the whisper of like, "Oh, I've heard there's been more kind of wanderers recently passing through, very briefly in the city," and a lot of kind of notes like that. But other than that, and that is a question. John, are you using Blush of Life to drink, or are you just pretending to drink?
Really just pretending.
Oh, okay. More having a drink to make it look like someone who would be in here, you know?
I don't think I'd be in here so cool.
All right.
So stupid.
Then, Kira, is there any particular checks you would like to do?
I think only a rouse check to pop the Blush of Life so that I can schmooze around more convincingly and not have anybody like brush up against me and be like, kinda cold, huh?
Okay. Yeah, roll me a rouse check.
Succeed on the rouse check, so Blush of Life is up.
We're good. Yeah, you walk in and suddenly the lights, as they flash past you, off you, and then back on again, suddenly your skin seems more healthy. And your overall features it makes it seem more like makeup rather than your natural skin tone. And as you walk through, and you know the lines, you make eye contact with some of the bouncers or people kind of watching. You know some of them are friends or people who also work for the library. There's no one here you particularly that stands out as someone you wouldn't recognize, other than, random nightclub goers.
Has John caught up with me yet, or are we still kind of separate?
John is staying back more towards like the bar area, listening to people talking around there, rather than going more onto the floor like what we're doing. I will say, just to describe the room, there at the far end of the doors, there is a large DJ station with lights and equipment and screens. To the left is this kind of like VIP lounge area. To the right is the bar, and then in the center it dips down, almost like a foot or two, into almost like this dance pit that fills the kind of center of this room.
I'm gonna tag John and bring him to the back because I feel like we're gonna get more information about stuff around the club. Kind of talk to the showrunner.
All right.
John notices and goes.
You guys, you come back, tap John, and are able to step into the back. And as you are stepping back there and flash through the curtain, we're going to go to the parallel side of this story, to the other members, as to see what they are doing right now. As they come upon a exit of an alley, maybe, 10, 15 feet wide, between a pair of more brick buildings.
And it was around that time when I really realized that most kindred are really I saw that guy and said, just like they do in the cartoons. I'm not even joking. It's like, wow. Can I do that? And I tried it, but I ended up slipping on my own banana peel. So technically it worked.
Yeah.
Technically. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe the first guy was seeing if they could also slip on a banana peel?
Timothy, my boy. That's ingenious. Is this the endless cycle?
I don't think it is.
Oh my god. This is the cycle.
Okay.
This is Golconda. We just
Can
need
you-
every vampire to slip on a banana peel.
Alice is giving Pagan a look of just like, could you just like please shut up?
As you arrive here just after midnight, you see a very main area. What would you guys like to do? As
Sorry, I
Pagan
could not
continues
hear that.
his little bit of a rant.
What did we see? Like just a dark alleyway?
It is just a normal street. There are occasionally people walking around, but as far as you can see, there's nothing odd here.
This is just outside their little bar or whatever.
No, it is
We're in a different place.
by the address they gave you. You guys were investigating where the camera picked her up, and that's roughly about 2, maybe 3 blocks away from where John and Kira went.
I'd like to turn on Oblivion Sight and also, I guess, investigate for any sort of kindred activity.
Yeah. Would you like to maybe intelligence occult?
Occult. Okay. Let's just go. Do we use a hunger dice at all for this? Forgot.
Yes, you do have 1 hunger dice.
Right. Okay.
Or are you talking about making a rouse check for the discipline?
I don't need to make a rouse check for this discipline, I don't think. Don't think so?
Correct.
Okay.
I just checked.
Woogie, woogie, woogie. Okay.
But there's still, there's still a hunger dice in there, right?
Yes. No matter what, you always have 1 hunger dice, unless you mark someone.
Unless you recently drank and killed the person.
No. That, okay.
Strictly forbidden.
Only here.
I know. It's like the only freaking city in Canada that does this.
Okay, and the hunger dice only comes into effect if it's a 1 or a 10?
Other than that, it's just a
Okay.
normal dice.
So the hunger dice is a 10, and in total I have 5 successes.
5 successes.
So
you want
if
to
it's
roll
a
the
10, you
explode?
would roll another hunger die.
I
Instead
rolled
of bursting
another hunger
dice.
Well, I already rolled another die, and it was a fail.
Oh,
Was
okay.
it a hunger die or a regular die?
It was a hunger die.
Okay.
So, with 5 successes, you look around and you notice, as you look through the area, there has been some kindred activity here, but it doesn't feel right. Most
What
kindred
way?
most kindred activity feels very like it has a certain sense to it, you know? Everything descends from the same place, so it all has this very familiar marking or feeling of the energy that at least is like a baseline. This one has it, but it feels like there's almost a secondary baseline, almost as if something else was changing it to be different.
Do I see anything like physical in the alley amongst all the mortals?
You see, it's a normal alley, you know? It was a couple of days ago, or it was like about a day ago when it happened. It doesn't look like anything was dropped. It doesn't even really look like there are footprints, other than, you know, there's nowhere really to imprint footprints here. It's all concrete.
Can I see, so like the camera, I guess that we were looking through from Pagan's apartment, can I see that camera? Can I find that?
You were able to see it. It is it's like a CCTV camera on the corner of like where the streets connect.
Yeah.
You're about like one building in, so it barely caught the edge of them as they descended into that alley.
I'm gonna go stand underneath that camera and like look in the direction that it's facing. See, gain a new perspective.
What you see here is that same sort of energy. It almost looks like it normally when you're tracking kindred energy, even with obfuscate and things like that, once they're finally revealed, it's a little bit easier, even if they're high level, to kind of see where that energy had been suppressed and hidden. This one almost looks like it just kind of appears. Like, it's still the same way of like all the logic you would normally apply to how you read kindred abilities and tracking them just doesn't feel right. Like, it's not lining up with what should be happening.
With Oblivion Sight on, can I sense any ghost activity?
You do not sense any ghost activity here. What you do sense, though, is a note of another energy the more you stare. Most of it has been, you know, the kindred side, but you do sense a very small, odd trace of... The only word I can really use to describe it, and you probably wouldn't have run into it very much, is almost arcane in sort of nature, like with the very, very small interactions you would have ever had with any sort of mage or anything. There is some noticeable similarities, but it's still not the same.
I'm going to use Sense the Unseen.
Okay.
That might be more helpful.
Okay, yeah?
Yeah, no, I have to roll for that. Number of dice, and there's 100 dice in there, correct? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's 4 successes.
4 successes. And what does Sense the Unseen do?
If the target is using Obfuscate, they oppose using Wits, and Obfuscate versus the user's Wits and Aspects. Normal searches use Resolve. Okay, that's
You do not sense anyone is currently using Obfuscate here.
Okay. It also just senses supernatural activity in general.
You have this... It almost feels like a dull hum. Now that you are looking for it, you sense this dull hum that you have never felt before. That just feels overwhelmingly, now that you can feel it, off. It's supernatural in nature, but it's just overwhelming almost. Almost like you're hearing the hum of electrons in everything. That it almost feels like something is sending out almost like waves of noticeable supernatural energy that was not here previously.
I'm gonna like beckon Tim and Pagan over to where I'm standing.
You see Pagan is right behind you, attempting to place a banana peel to where you would step back and fall on it.
You're gonna whip around and. The fuck do you think you're doing?
Bow conflict?
Listen, we need to be on task right now. I don't know, like. Oh my god.
What did you find, Alice? Megan's going to quickly try and swipe away the banana peel with a split. Maybe that causes him to slip.
Pagan, roll a dexterity. roll a dexterity.
Megan only has one die for that.
Just don't roll a failure.
If
One
Pagan
success.
does slip, I'm
You're
gonna like
good.
grab the back of his shirt
Pagan-
or coat or whatever and like hold him up.
Pagan
If
does
he does
not
slip.
slip. Pagan
Okay,
does
he
not
doesn't
slip.
Very close to it, though. He definitely stumbles on his feet.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna grab him, I'm gonna pull him so he's like standing like right next to me and be like, do you feel it?
What am I doing?
Do not, Pagan.
Something's not right.
I feel hungry. Is that what you meant?
No.
Oh. Okay.
Something is off.
Is it coming from the alleyway? Or is it coming from here? Take a thing, my boy.
Alice,
Come over here. We're doing things.
Is it coming from the alleyway or is it coming
It's
from where
not.
I'm standing?
it's not coming from where you're standing either. It feels like something is powerful enough to be radiating it from a little bit ways away. Like it's not into your direct line of sight, but you can feel its aura, its presence.
Well, I'm gonna walk to wherever this aura seems to be coming from.
All right.
Megan realizes
And I'm
that
dragging
Alex
Pagan
does
along
something.
with me. I'm
Doesn't
Nope,
realize
you're-
anything. Just coming with.
Yep.
Timothy, my boy, come along.
I'm following you guys, don't worry.
Oh, okay. I really can't tell because half the time I'm distracted too.
As you guys follow, start following this energy, you end up right around, we'll call this right around 12:45. You're standing outside of a brick building with a bright neon sign that says the Red Room.
Isn't this where
And
Kira works?
Did Kira mention at all where they were?
Kira, would you have given them an address or a name?
I remember this. This is definitely where Kira works, like they told us an hour ago, and definitely not a week ago or 2 weeks ago. That would be very insane.
Right.
And
Even if I didn't, the odds that they like just know the place by reputation, at least
Yeah.
the odds between them would be pretty
Right.
high.
Okay.
you would have probably heard of it's a pretty well-known vampire feeding scene.
Well, fate is telling
Or
us to go
kindred
in, so
feeding scene.
Pagan's going to brazenly walk up and open the door.
Pagan, the bouncer standing outside, looks at you.
Hello, my good sir. I would like entry.
No.
Right? Just push Peg to the side and stand in front of him.
You can enter.
If I'm going in, he's coming with me. I can't leave him alone out here.
Just don't.
I'll make sure he stays out of trouble.
Okay. All right,
Oh, I
fine.
will make sure to stay out of trouble. Yes, indeed. All right, Timothy.
This one's coming in too. I'm gonna point to Timothy.
That one even old enough to go into a normal nightclub?
Does it matter at this point?
Yeah, I am.
What are you, like 5?
No.
Just come on.
You know what?
Any
Fine.
Years
Fine.
before you're turning.
No, I mean their biological age. They look like they're 5. Just go. Just go.
Right.
We're going.
I'm dragging them in, both of them.
Ah. Beautiful.
You all enter to the loud, pumping dance music. You see the lights in the bar, and as you guys enter, we're going to shift back over to our other 2 members who are previously already here. John and Kira, what are you guys doing?
I'm just looking with my direct report in terms of like if we can get access to any of the security footage we have around the area, just to see if we can potentially gather more information about the person we saw with the book.
Okay. All right. You walk in and you see the familiar person who runs this nightclub. They are directly connected with the library. The library tends to run a lot of almost like essential services that Kindred need in the city. Almost more like an organization rather than, or like a company rather than this separate entity. So they do manage things, and you see sitting in their chair handling things. You know them as a bit of your senior, a kindred by the name of. Sorry, I have a list of names I have to find. By the name of Lacey. Who is the manager of the Red Room.
He's this kind of lady.
Hello, Lacey. This is John. He's with me. Don't worry. Kindred like us.
A pleasure. I've heard of the reputation.
As have I, for better or for worse. I'm here on library business, actually.
Oh, what do those book boys have you running today?
Something unprecedented, I'm afraid. Theft. And we were able to track down a sighting of a suspect to this area, and I was hoping we could get some form of access to the surveillance of the area for the past few nights.
You see Lacey is normally more well composed than this. She is visibly taken aback when you say theft.
And
Yes.
I suppose it should go without saying, someone who, as worldly as you, that this should be staying very, very under wraps.
Obviously. And why do you have one of his men with you? Is there some sort of... Are they working with us this time?
I think so, but in all honesty, that information was not made privy to me, and I learned several decades ago not to ask.
All right, well, here. And he opens up a a security system, and you see a footage of the different nights. Occasionally you'll see parts where the camera looks like it starts to glitch out, or like someone is almost like glowing, but these are pretty normal Kindred camera effects from what you've seen, you know, where it doesn't look right. Can you roll me, we'll want to call this intelligence technology for whoever wants to try and look through the footage?
Well, I don't have any technology, but I do have some intelligence. So if I have to. There's no takers.
A measly 3 successes.
Okay. As you look through, you don't see anything too out of the ordinary. The only thing that you particularly notice that I guess is a little odd is that you've seen the same group of like VIPs show up, but that's not even that weird. They're maybe in once, twice a week. Big rollers, they rent out a booth, get a couple of big drinks, and have their people over. But that's like really the only notable thing. It's just like a high roller who likes coming in a lot.
Dead end, do you want to keep going?
I mean, really don't have anything else to go off, so. I don't know about you, but I don't really have much of a choice.
Wouldn't happen to know any good hounds, would you?
I do actually know a pretty good hound, I have to admit. I don't know if he's available, though. Funnily enough, he's also named Pagan. We'll see. Let's see if the other groups come up with anything.
I
Before
would
we
say
make any other
Kindred need to
moves.
start coming up with more creative names, but the one I was given was a ghost, so I don't know about what to talk.
This plan here has
Um,
got to stick with the old.
As you step back out into the club, you see at this time, right around, you know, 12:50, 1 a.m., you step out of the back room as Ellis steps in, and you're able to kind of lock eyes across the club.
What is she doing here?
I'm
You
beelining
see-
it towards John and Kira.
You see, like,
Get tired of babysitting.
a parent with, like, leash kids just kind of dragging them.
Pagan is trying to see how far you can hear his whispers by saying Timothy's name. Measuring the distance.
As soon as, like, Ellis and them are very close to us, I'm just immediately gonna glare at them and say, like, do not even think about bringing the kid to the back.
I'm gonna like just shove Tim and Pagan like for like in front of me, like just let go of them.
Ah,
Having fun.
freedom again.
Uh,
John? Jonathan?
Pagan.
Shari?
Ninja, what are the vibes of this
Favorite.
club right now?
you see there are people dancing to kind of this gothic EDM music. You see, you know, there's plenty of people at the bar and the bartenders trying to serve. And you see, you know, a couple groups of like VIP high rollers, bottle services, drinking. Tim, at least for you, this is probably a scene you have never been in. It's almost like in one of those PSA movies of this is what not to do.
Oh, cool.
So you have entered a nightclub.
Okay, but what are the vibes? Am I feeling the same?
You
Whatever
feel
it
it
was out in the alley.
way more intensely. You feel... It feels like overwhelming pressure in this room. But it's hard to make out. It's like if someone turned all the oxygen in the room to a heavier gas. Like you feel it, but you can't place where it's coming from.
Feels like you're having fun.
Me?
Yeah, what are
Yeah,
you
absolutely not.
sensing something?
Uh,
Why are you here, actually? You were not here?
something's not right.
Oh, great.
And well, I mean, like we already knew that, but something's and it's coming from here.
That's good. John will lean in. The only thing we have is maybe some high rollers. Unlikely.
Is there a back room to this place?
I am not staying with Megan. Fine.
Someone's gonna stay with them.
Fine.
It can't be me. Without me, you probably can't even get to the back room without being put on the wait list.
You see, as you guys say that, Pagan is not there.
He was me.
Hold on.
Yeah,
hold on.
like you said,
We
you
still
let go
need
of
him.
Pagan, and Pagan just, as you look back to where Pagan was, Pagan is not there.
Hear me out. Do we actually need him?
I'm gonna look to Tim. Where did he go?
Pagan?
Yeah.
I was looking at the iPad.
Oh, I can't even be mad at that. All right.
I'm gonna look around the room. Can I see Pagan by just looking around, or is he like gone?
Roll me a check to see. Whatever you think is most appropriate for this one. I would say either intelligence streetwise, or if you want to try and if you want to try and retrace, you can try just straight up going intelligence stealth to try and see and figure out what Pagan might have done.
I'm gonna take a quick glance over the room.
Can I
Use
just look at the VIP list?
intelligence and can I use insight?
Yes, I'm going to say you actually don't have to roll with what John
Yeah.
said. John says that, and you immediately look over at the VIP, and you straight up see Pagan beelining for one of the
I
big
knew it.
VIP groups.
I knew he would try this.
I'm
God
gonna
damn it.
beeline for Pagan.
Pagan,
Like,
you get one action. What would you like to do?
Oh my god, dude.
Do I
Chris
feel
Brandon.
a dangerous presence from behind me? A very angry and dangerous presence?
Do you think you would feel in danger from them?
I don't know. I think
I
I've heard
guess I'm
where
beelining. I am
Pagan
being
go.
like stealthy. I am like silently
Okay,
like
so
moving.
Ellis maybe not. Pagan? Wait, John, how intense are you going?
John is very casually walking over there to beat the shit out of him.
Pagan, you sense danger. You sense bloodlust.
You know, Pagan is he's a smart individual, and he knows that there's some amount of danger from somewhere. Pagan's gonna wait a second. Maybe I should go check on Timothy. Yes, indeed. How's Timothy doing? And he's going to very quickly try and find Timothy and defend him.
You see Timothy is right behind John and Ellis who are coming towards you. You have to cross them.
Do we make opposing rolls for this?
Yeah, let me know what you guys want to roll for this moment.
I am going
Actually,
to-
Ellis, you're going stealth. So how about you roll me stealth if you're doing that?
Can I roll stealth and dex?
Yeah. John, can you roll me composure intimidation?
With pleasure.
Pagan, do you want to roll?
Clowns.
Do you want to roll? What do you want to roll for this? How do you want to try and survive this?
Hagen is not a very physically adept person, so maybe he's going to do some persuasion.
Yeah, let's go composure persuasion.
Okie dokie.
Rolled 3.
Okay, one
3
question,
successes.
guys. We are still learning, so I don't know this. What, like, for example, I have 20 dice, and I have, for example, 3 hunger. Do 3 of those dice become hunger dice? Is that how that works?
Yes, it becomes 17 regular, 3 hunger.
Thank you so much.
Okay, 3 successes from Ellis. John, what'd you get?
I got 3 successes and 1 fail.
3 successes. Okay.
I also got
Today's
3 successes.
Today's
Jesus.
Vampire the Masquerade pro tip: the number of failures doesn't matter, just the kind.
Yeah, unless it's
I just like saying it.
yeah, fair enough. Okay.
He likes getting a ratio.
No 10s, no 1s, just 3 successes.
Okay. You have this moment where Ellis, you essentially move up behind Pagan, almost like you're about to like arm in arm kind of pull him back. John, you walk up with this like kind smile in the eyes of someone who's about to fuck someone up. And Pagan,
Why
you
don't
just
join the group?
yeah, Pagan, you're just like
Guys, I found some interesting people. Isn't that interesting, guys? Really? Isn't that interesting, Timothy? Come on, back in here, Timothy.
Timothy, do not back him up. He is out of that.
I know how to use that iPad. These guys don't. I can switch it off.
Okay. I mean, if you want it back, you can have it back.
No, Timothy.
Don't give him back the iPad.
I mean, there's not much you can do with it, really.
Okay, now I'm offended.
That's not what I meant. I mean, it's an iPad.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. So, guys, how about we go talk to that very interesting group of people over there?
Hello. You running away.
Me? Run? No.
Are you an actual cartoon character? I'm asking for a friend.
You watch cartoons? What's your favorites?
We do. Saw the
Oh.
original on TV once. Very, very interesting.
Do you know Scrappy Doo?
Scrappy? Who's
Yeah.
Scrappy?
That's me.
Wait a second. Hold on. I
Why?
think I remember hearing something about Scrappy always being the villain.
Yeah.
Pagan
Which
canonically
is technically
Scrappy
wrong.
Doo.
Okay, enough of this nonsense. I'm gonna like lean into Pagan's ear as I'm saying this. You're gonna stay with us, or you're gonna find yourself out in the streets in the sunlight. Understood?
Megan is going to blank face just for a second, and then suddenly it shifts to fear. And he's like, oh, yeah, that's a great suggestion. I'm really happy you brought that up. Let me just, Timothy, what are you doing on your iPad there, buddy?
Well, I mean, I was doing the camera thing, but we're kind of here, so I'm holding it.
Oh, that's really interesting. Holding that, wow, you were really holding that iPad really well. I'm proud of you, Timothy.
That sounds disingenuous.
I'm not smart enough to know what that means.
I don't think that's true.
Hey, long Timothy.
Alright, this is really stupid.
Yeah,
Can
Pagan's
we-
gonna shift to the back of the
Yeah.
group where he's not taking up any more attention.
John turns to Kira, just hoping that he can have an intelligent conversation for a second. Alright.
We're having a great, intelligent conversation. What do you mean?
Do you want to deal with the VIPs or split up again?
I'll deal with the VIPs. Makes the most sense. I know them.
Right then.
Okay, so just so I understand, Kira is taking Ellis to the back rooms, while John is now on babysitting duty.
This is the worst thing to happen to me.
At least the baby is well behaved, unlike the alleged grown-up.
Maybe we could do like 1/3 of his body per hour into the sun, you know?
That
As
sounds like a good idea.
entertaining as that sounds. Yes.
Yeah, that's a very good observation, Tim. It does kill people.
Okay.
Amazing. Simply amazing.
And give Pagan a look like I'm watching you. With a little like
Pagan
hand
is
gesture.
seemingly extremely interested in the position and posture of Timothy's holding of the iPad. It is incredibly interesting to him. He is very
Techniquing your
purposely.
iPad game.
If I could describe this, and I don't know if this is valid for me to say, he's very purposely standing very out of the way, not looking to run or anything. He's very calm, very still in place, and he's standing right beside Timothy.
John is pretty much enjoying his drink, making sure Pagan does not look away from that iPad.
There's literally nothing on the
Like, his
iPad.
face isn't even
I
in the
know.
direction of...
That's his punishment.
Pagan's the iPad. Okay. His face is not even in the same direction as the VIP booth. That's how far dissociated he is from the situation, you know?
Uh-huh.
Trust me. It's me, Pagan.
Gone.
You
Oh,
would
it's
think
like-
with how selective the big dad up at the top of the tower is,
We wouldn't be dealing with this.
attract the best of the best to the city, and not Camaria's leftovers.
Oh. Pagan just starts crying.
You just hear Pagan sobbing over the iPad, not caring that there's tears falling onto it.
He's like
Yeah, Tim
Subway
doesn't know who
Surfers.
that is, but is gonna assume.
Well,
Yeah, Tim is gonna assume that this is a great insult.
it is. It is.
Here it is.
I'm gonna walk over to Kira.
I hate how this iPad kid is just simply not using his phone to scroll. Like, this is so much effort. Like, there's so much effort going on. I
For
hate
the people
this kid.
listening in our little chat on this side, there's a gift of this kid. He's playing like Minecraft on an iPad. He has a cell phone in his other hand where he's scrolling TikTok.
But he keeps moving his one hand playing Minecraft to the
That's
other
so
hand
inefficient.
to scroll. It's so inefficient. That's what I'm saying. Like it's pissing me off. Actually, I'm just like, oh my god, use your thumb.
People these days will do anything to avoid the shame of having a dual monitor setup.
He hasn't downloaded that DLC yet.
I mean, he is
How to use
playing Minecraft
thumbs.
on an iPad. To be real,
Yeah, what an L for him, legitimately. Not even.
what an L for this like 8-year-old.
Not even ironically, that's such an L to play Bedrock Minecraft.
Oh. Anyways, how are you guys going at this?
Well, I am waiting for Kira to take Ellis to the back rooms.
The back rooms, you say?
Yeah, wherever.
I have a meme. Okay. I
Uh,
think I've already sent it in this chat too. I have, yeah.
Probably.
Trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
you
I'm gonna resend it.
enter the back rooms.
Welcome to the back rooms.
Fortnite.
I love the back rooms. I
Yeah.
love the back rooms so much.
The back room stream. You enter the back rooms. Kira and Ellis, what are you doing?
Do the vibes feel stronger back here?
It almost feels like you're in such close proximity to it, no matter where you go in this club, it's not changing.
I'm sure you already know this by reputation, but general rules of conduct back here, kindred tend to feed here. If you see a mortal, assume they're off limits unless you can confirm that they're okay to drink from.
I'm not looking to feed here.
I don't just mean off limits to feed.
I'm not looking to do anything here. I'm just going to like wander around a little bit, not too far.
Okay.
But like, I guess nothing changes. It just feels all the same back here.
It feels the same back here. Yeah. It still feels heavy.
Even with the Oblivion sight on right now,
It's
do I see anything?
not in the back room.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna return back to Kara. Nothing back here. It's all the same. Snort. What?
I assume you mean not relevant to what you're sensing.
Are there any other rooms or areas in this club?
No. It's just the back room, like the feeding area. And the...
It doesn't even look like a feeding area. Like, it's basically disguised as, like, just your normal, like, set of VIP rooms.
Yeah,
Because
it
Kindred
looks
like
like...
to be bougie.
It looks like VIPs, and like there are some like nicer ones that are more set for kind of some of the more esteemed kindred if they occasionally come here. But like, yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we can go back. Alice is gonna exit and go back to the group.
Okay. You go back to the group, and Ellis, as you walk in, your Oblivion sight, because of the way you're now facing, clicks in on something that you didn't notice before. That VIP group in the corner, you don't see, you know you don't see it, but you see the outline because its energy is so intense, of a large tome that's floating in the air. You can't see if someone is holding it, and it looks like someone is. Like, almost like there should be a person there, but the person isn't appearing on your senses. But the book is so intense it is.
Can I roll aspects?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay, that's a 4.
Okay. Can you just remind me what Auspex does?
If someone's using Obfuscate, I can see them, but they have to make an opposing roll using Wits and Obfuscate.
Okay.
So I rolled
One-
4, so I have to oppose it.
4 successes?
Yeah, I have 4 successes.
Hey, one moment. I made a grave error and did not put my dice on my table. So, one sec. Let me grab it quickly.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a storyteller, 10 out of 10.
I know. I
For the rest
completely
of the party,
forgot.
you just see Alice, like, as they're walking in the room, they just freeze, and it looks like they're just staring into space.
Oh, that's normal. I do that too.
nothing you do is normal.
Ellis, you,
He does some normal things.
I rolled it.
Name one.
I walk.
He knows how to
You don't walk
use a
normally. You walk
computer.
into tables and over banana peels.
You know about the banana peel.
Ellis, with 2 successes, the person holding the book, you can now see the outline of them. But even with that, you know whatever obfuscate they're using or similar to it is different. You are able to see their shape and like know that there is a person there, but like there are still details that just aren't coming through. Even with their failure, you can tell this person is either very talented or whatever they're using is not normal.
Sorry, I'm trying to think of what to do here. I'm gonna try and move towards them, like not in a direct way, like still keep an eye on them, but like move around the room to get closer.
Okay, as you move around the room to get closer, you see their shape turn and notice you. You see them. You see like the shape of this person move or look kind of where you imagine a face would be at your general direction, or like the shape of kind of features that you can make out. And you immediately see them start to move fast.
Question.
What do you want to do? Yes.
Does anyone see this?
Ellis is the only one who is clocking something right now.
Okay.
So
So
John
Ellis
is going to be
knows that
scolding
I'm-
Pagan.
you would notice that Ellis is doing something, like it looks like they've honed in on something, but you can't tell what they're honing in on.
At the ready then.
Ellis,
Do
what are
I
you
see
doing?
where they are moving to?
They are moving towards the exit.
Okay. I am going to back up into the nearest dark corner of the room, and I am going to use Shadow Step to move myself closer, basically to the exit and block the exit from them.
All right. As you step and move in front of the exit, John, you notice that Ellis has gotten to an offensive position. The rest of the group notice.
John will
And-
slightly adjust his suit and follow.
Do you need to make a rouse check?
Roll me a rouse check. Then I'm going
what
to...
do I roll for that?
Just a
Just
D10.
one regular die.
What regular die? Okay.
Success, you get one square hungry, or failure, nothing. Or success, you don't get hungry, or failure, you get one more hunger.
Okay, I rolled a success, so I do not get more hungry.
Okay, you're good. As you move over there, John, I would say you clock this now. That VIP group, you notice them all immediately start
Leaving?
moving. Like they get up. Like, not in unison, but you notice that they all start whispering and stand up and start looking very cagey. And Kira, you notice that you immediately clock this. As
John,
like,
for a second.
oh, those people are weird.
Sorry, John for a split second will almost show all of his teeth like an animal with a big grin, but only for a split second as he starts to. How do I say this? If Ellis is trying to block their exit, John's going to try and intercept them from behind. But casually.
Okay.
Well, at the moment, it looks like Ellis has just disappeared.
Yeah, it looks
John's
like
heading to the exit then.
With
Okay.
the people moving suspiciously, can I gesture towards like any of the known security staff that are quote unquote in on the act in terms of like Kira's end of things, and just kind of
You-
direct their attention towards the people moving?
You see two staff, and as you go to flag them, you see they immediately like kind of get on the vibe, and you see one of them walk up to the group and is like, "Hey, can I just?" And you see them without hesitation turn around and just. You didn't notice it at first because it was very well hidden. Something sharp and thin move very fast and immediately cut the carotid on that bouncer as they drop. And you hear screaming immediately, and chaos ensues.
I draw my weapon immediately.
John pulls his pistol.
All right. You guys are going into a fight at the nightclub.
With my check the trunk benefit, would you consider this a place where I could realistically make my way later in the fight to pick up the big guns? Or is
I will
this-
say you have big guns hidden underneath the DJ stand. Like, absolutely you would. This is your home base. Of course you have shit lined in this place. With that, we're going to end tonight's session here and we will pick up next time
Oh man,
in the fight at the Red Room.
it was getting exciting.
Awesome.
I know
I
it was
have a
getting
whole week
exciting.
to think of a one line.
Yeah,
You
Yeah,
guys-
let's go.
give you guys
you
prep
guys are
time.
about to see exactly where Kira's best stats are.
Well,
Yeah, let's go.
thank you so much to everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. And tune in next week, hopefully, for us to be back with the next episode.
And
Bye-bye.
remember, guys, Camarilla blood sucking test is a multi.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Boy.